All right, welcome everybody. Sorry I'm late. Let me just ping the Discord. So there we go. So hopefully that'll work. Perfect. So today the plan is to continue forward with the file uploader as we have been. Let me just make sure we've got this. Yeah, so we've got this open. The main plan for today is to finish the sidebar that we started last stream, and then also replace all of the hard-coded strings with env variables. Which I actually probably going to do that first, just to kind of get like a little bit warmed up here. Yo, Salty, how's it going? Welcome, my friend. Hope you're doing well. TLDR behind why we were late was because girlfriend and I saw the new Spider-Man movie, and we were late getting home because we needed to get groceries and then cook dinner and stuff like that. So it was just kind of like the day kind of passed by really fast. So it was like already like 6, and I'm like, we're probably not gonna make it. So, but no, I'm here now. So I will watch it next week. I'm so hyped. Yeah. Honestly, and I'm going to be real, like, I'm not a Marvel person at all, like, or a superhero person, but my girlfriend really loves it, and, so this was actually, like, the second Spider-Man I've ever seen, so it was good. You know what? For someone who's not really initiated to it, I enjoyed it. It was good. I kind of watched a recap video, like a 10-minute recap video on the plot to kind of get caught up. There were some references I think that went over my head, but it was a good movie. It was the acting was really good. Of course, I won't spoil anything, but I think it was really good. But anyway, so I will begin here. Yo, Vanor, how's it going? Spider-Man not coming home, yeah. Yup. Okay, so anyway, yeah, no, it was a good movie. But we had to go, we went in the afternoon. Just curious what path you chose after finishing the basics in the Odin Project. I chose the JavaScript path. I did not do Ruby, but no, it was the JavaScript path. All right, so let's get the, I think our first order of business here is to get these replaced with, actually first I'm going to define them. I'm going to define the env variable, all the env variables here. And then so I'm going to do, and then I don't care about all this because, this is just localhost stuff, so it's not really a big deal. So better auth URL, and we'll call it maybe like API URL is the same as this. I mean, I could just probably, I don't know if there's a clean way of naming multiple variables the same thing, but yo, how's it going, Codex? And then we're going to do web URL 5173, and then I'm trying to think if there's any other ones we need. I think that's really it. Lurking like I do, nice. I appreciate the lurks though, it really does help with that. I actually got my first not YouTube paycheck, but I got my first like YouTube AdSense estimate, which was kind of cool. So like my CPM and all that stuff. So I just unlocked that, so it was kind of neat to look at. But yeah, the watch time really does help those numbers. So I appreciate it. But anyway, okay, I think that's like, do we have anything else that needs to be in an environment variable? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to start with the low-hanging fruit here and get the so I could even define the port too. Like API port is 8080. I finished the basics of the Odin Project and chose Ruby on Rails. Wish me luck. So far I'm liking Ruby. That's awesome. Yeah, you know what? I the only reason I didn't do it is because I wanted to do the like normie JavaScript path, quote unquote. So that's kind of that was my decision. But But yeah, so if I go here, I probably can just put this in here. I can do process.env.api port. And then this is obviously going to need to be a number, right? And then, so are we loading in the, where am I loading in? I think I'm loading in the environment variables. Because, let me see, so I'm loading them in, because that's the database side. I could have sworn I had like an import here for them. So I don't know if these are actually going to inject properly. I mean, I guess it's injecting them because I got 5 here. Or was I doing a, I don't remember where I did this. I'm trying to remember here. Did I do it inside of this guy? Inside of the web? I just can't forget where I used that. Oh, it was the Better Auth stuff, maybe. Was it inside of here? I don't know. I don't remember where I used that, but if this doesn't break it, it should be good. Yeah, so we're still getting that, and then let's see if the sign-in still works. Okay, yeah, so it does work, so that's good. So the backend, presumably that replacement was fine. And then what we'll do is we'll just say server is running on process.env, or wait, process.api URL. And then that should be fine. Refresh, we're good. And then of course I'm going to need to do a little search here. So that's our README. Okay, so here we're going to need to do process.env. Oh, and then here we're going to need to import this is the backend, process.env.web URL, right? This is going to need to be string or not undefined. Okay, so if I can ask, why don't you use AI for coding? Ooh, brother. So this is a question I get pretty often, but it's mostly just personal opinion. I have a little command for it that kind of gives the Coles notes, but essentially, there we go. It's just for learning. I find that reading the documentation and even getting help from chat, like YouTube chat and stuff like that, I just find it more rewarding, and I enjoy the process, and I'm more used to it. It's literally just personal preference at the end of the day. I mean, I have people in my community that love using AI for learning, and honestly, like, I'm not, abjectly against it. It's mostly like a personal preference thing. And I find it works better for my learning style if I go through the documentation and kind of do things the old manual way. I see no harm in doing it that way, especially because I'm not really in a rush to learn either. So, like, I don't need to, like, the idea of like having to ship an app in the next like month or something, like, I don't have like crazy timelines. This is like, I would say 75% for fun, and also learning, but for fun, and just kind of, maybe eventually kind of having more flexible career options in the future. But again, I have a job, and so I'm not super concerned. To be more of an assistant to you, would it not be faster at finishing things? Okay, so in my opinion, I find that the few times that I have used AI, and I kind of want to answer this as well because I think this is important to address. The few times that I've used AI for helping me with things, I found that the answers, it's too easy. There's a process of discovery that, and which takes time, mind you. Like, it can take like 10x longer for me to figure something out than somebody using AI. But for me, the process of discovery and kind of searching for the answer, even if it is longer and more arduous, I find at the end of the day, like, I have a much bigger takeaway of what I was going through, and I'm working with that knowledge for much longer in my head, and it makes it feel that like when I learn something, I actually can remember it and reapply it more flexibly than if AI just kind of spits out a lesson plan for me, right? And like it's good for that. Like it can do that. It's just this is my kind of my style, I guess. So yeah, and again, like I'm not an anti-AI person. I'm not here to say like, thou shalt not use AI ever. Of course, it's here to stay, right? These sorts of things. And my opinion on it has kind of changed over time, and I'm open to having my mind changed, and I'm also open to using AI in the future when I get more competent with web development and other forms of development. Yeah, I appreciate that, Tom. But yeah, it's we're all on our own journey, right? Like, and I'm here to spread positivity and kind of, there's such a what's it called? There's such like a push to use AI. I feel like in society and like especially in the tech space. And I just like I'm here to say like do what you want. Oh, and okay, thanks Salty for that. I'm working on basically a Google Drive clone essentially to learn full stack development. It's a learning project that's associated with the Odin Project. So I've been using the Odin Project kind of as my general guide here for learning. And I'm loosely basing it off of this file uploader project, which, yeah, it's like a stripped down version of Google Drive. So over the last few streams, I've spent time getting auth spun up. I worked with Better Auth to get that working. I've also written my own authentication system like twice now, so I have experience there. And just getting that spun up. So now we're just doing a bit of cleanup with the environment variables, and then we're going to finish the primary home layout because we've got a little sidebar here, and I kind of want to flesh this out with some content. So that's on the docket for tonight, and probably tomorrow as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm just kind of looking for different locations where I can replace, because I was doing hard-coded strings, so I'm just kind of trying to replace these with environment variables. I think, do I need to, okay, so this is under our auth client, so I think I need to actually have our auth client have, is it in? I need to actually include the types, the node types in here, right? So let me see. That's great, bro. Good work. I appreciate that, Tom. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let me put this in here. Okay, so I need types node, right? So that'll bring that into there, which now theoretically this should all work, right? So if I sign out, then I sign back in, we shouldn't get any sort of errors, right? Perfect. Now we've got the user account in here as well. I have two accounts, just the BenStack and the user account. So good. And then is that everything? Trusted origins. Let's put that guy in here. So process.env.web URL, I think, right? And then, so we're not importing that. Oh, no, we are. Okay, so we're fine. All right, so now I think I'm doing it. I don't even know where this README is. Oh, that's inside of the, that's inside of my API. I don't know why I had that there. Okay, so that should be all of the local hosts, right? Yeah, okay, good. So I think we've replaced all of those, and I'll replace others as I run across them. So now we've all got environment variables set for those, which is good. Instead of doing, the hard-coded strings, which is not super ideal. Okay, so I'm gonna move this maybe to like ongoing, and then I'll just kind of put this on hold just because I feel like this will be like an ongoing thing. And then finish primary home layout with sidebar, and then I also need to figure out what components I need, right? So we have the user up here, and then maybe we need so what exact components do we need in here? And I haven't really spent much time figuring that out. So I'm gonna kind of go through that, and let's see, Google Drive layout. Let's see what we got here, just as like a reference. Yeah, so we've got this new button, right? So this would be something to add. I feel like a new button, and then maybe a trash and a recents or something like this, right? And then also, yeah, just we could also have a search, something like this. But I think adding a new button underneath here would be the #1 priority. So let's go to the mobile view just to make sure that looks all right. Yeah, so the mobile view looks good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a separator as well inside of that sidebar. Let me just go to it. So below that, so we're gonna do because there should be a, what's it called? A sidebar rail. Is that what it is? Resize handle for adjusting sidebar width when applicable. Maybe that's actually not what I'm thinking of. There should be a separator though, no? Inset maybe. No. I could have sworn there was a separator. Or is that this? This is what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, so let's add that guy then. So let's do that. Let's do apps web, and then we're gonna do pnpx shadcn, or no, it's just shadcn. At latest, add separator. So that'll be good. Get that in here. Okay, so then we're gonna do that. We've got our main layout here. And then so inside of our, where is this guy? Sidebar provider, home sidebar. That's it, it's in here. This is what I want, okay. Yo, how's it going, Sung? Had to drop in to say a quick hello, learning the Odin Project at the moment, 30% foundations. Awesome. That's awesome. So have you finished any of the projects yet? I think one of the ones I enjoyed doing was the Etch-a-Sketch project. That was kind of fun. So let's add a separator. I think it's just separator, is it not? Yeah. But no, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I think the calculator is good too. And again, it's so many people have built a calculator in JavaScript, but if you do it yourself, it's unmatched joy when you figure it out, right? At least to me. I don't know. So yeah. So let's add a button, and then we're gonna say, let's just say new, and then we can also add a lucid icon, right? Or lucid. I don't know what the exact name would be, but I don't know if I just want to do a plus sign or if I want to do maybe a little icon like this. So I wonder if we can conditionally, no, actually that should be fine, right? Or even yeah, so file plus corner, and then we should be able to import this guy, and then import you, and then new file. Ooh. Process is not defined. Okay, so where was that happening? Off client. Oh, is it because am not importing the, I bet I'm not injecting the environment variables into the web side. I bet that's what's going on here. But I don't know where I did it here because I can't find it. I could have sworn I like put it in here somewhere, but I can't figure out where it was. Ah, it was here, .env.config. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. So if we go to or no, sorry, other way around. Import .env as a named thing from the .env package, right? And we also probably need to install that on the website. Although, unless maybe I don't want .env on the website now that I think about it, because I don't want to expose everything to the web. Yo, how's it going, Open8? Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I don't want that. Will you be testing? What do you mean? Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't want the env stuff on the client side. So maybe for that, then I'll just do. I don't know what the common solution is there. So for the auth client, maybe I'll just replace this then. Maybe I'll export a constant or something, because I just remember that that's like not a good practice. Testing the code in app, yeah. Like with a testing framework specifically. Exactly right. I'm just getting into building projects. Last time I joined your stream, I was wondering how I'd ever figure out how to use the terminal. Now I'm comfortable with Git commands. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Honestly, it's not as hard as it seems. Especially like when you work with it. More. It's not rocket science. Okay. There's our new file button. Okay, nice. So we need to like obviously fix the styling on that, right? It's not super good. So we need to like, and there's our little separator too, but it's kind of got like a, I think we need to add like, we need to add like a padding to this sucker. So we need to do like a P2 maybe across the whole sidebar, or does that even, oh no, okay. So maybe I need to add that to the sidebar provider. Oh no, that's not where I want it either. Or would it be, do I like wrap all this in a div, I wonder? I can't wait to figure out more things out. Looking forward to that calculator project. Yeah, it's so much fun. The calculator was a lot of fun. I would say for sure. Okay, so let's see how they do styling with this sidebar here. Because like you got to be able to like, I wonder if they put like a card in here. Like, is this a card? Like these hoverable components. Sidebar menu, maybe. Sidebar menu component is used for building a menu within a sidebar group. Yeah, like maybe I'd wrap this thing inside of a sidebar menu, right? Right. And then we put this inside of like a sidebar menu item. Like this. Does that add some padding to it? Okay, yeah, that makes it a little better. At least it's smaller now. And then we can change the button to a sidebar menu button. Right? And then what's the as child attribute doing? Renders a button, but you can use the as child prop to render a different component, such as a link or a tag. Ah, I see. Okay. So that's fine. We want it to be a button anyway. Good luck, Ben. Catch you later. I appreciate you, son. Okay, so there's our little new file button, but I still don't like that this is all, like I want to add padding to the whole sidebar ideally, right? And I also don't really want, I guess this all moves with it here. So let's fix that too. Let's put this outlet, so that would be inside of the home style, right? So this would be a like a flex justify center situation, right? And then max width, or no, MX auto, right? No, okay, so it's still not centering this guy. So there's our outlet there. I wonder if it's, do we need to put that on the main? I'm just testing things here. That's what I want. Okay, a little better. But then I want this to kind of grow across the whole sucker, right? So if I do like a flex 1 and then flex justify center, it's still not moving. We shall see. Okay, so there's our button. And then here's this div. Yeah, so this div isn't growing across the whole width, I don't think, right? But we want it to, ideally. It's just something for the main primitives. That power shad cn base UI, different primitives that said it's shad I can't speak. Shad cn UI doesn't use them if I remember correctly. Oh, okay. So shad cn UI is based on top of base UI. Is that kind of what you're getting at here? Like when you see this up here, like base UI. The other thing we could do that would be more productive is to kind of just look at the code for that example, right? So if we go to blocks and then we go to this sidebar, let's preview the code here. Okay, so you're doing a sidebar inset. So what's that sidebar inset? Build your application. Oh, that's this thing. Okay. That's what the inset is. And then the app sidebars here. Sidebar header, team switcher. Okay. It's based on 2 different ones. Looks like 3 now. Yeah, it's base UI, radix UI. Was it radix? It was base, radix, and something else. Let me see. Let me go back to it here. And React Aria. That's what it is. But I think I'm using the base UI one. So, but yeah, those are just primitives that they build upon. Primitives are, yeah, just handle mostly accessibility stuff and other annoying web things. ShadCN just makes a nice style with it and makes it easy for devs. Nice. React Aria is new, yeah. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. Let's do a little Google. Why don't we? React Aria. I would assume based on Aria, it's kind of like an accessibility thing, no? Yeah, accessible components with custom styles. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, see, and I'm still learning all this stuff, right? Style free out of the box, allowing you to build custom designs to fit your application, but it's like based on components. Accessible components, which is good because having all this tooling is helpful for sure. So, yeah, today most of today's stream I think is just gonna be futzing around with front end, and then I plan on maybe tomorrow and later in the week getting into the nitty gritty of the actual file system, which will be kind of fun. No more authentication for a while, I think. I'm sick and tired of it. But now I've done it so many times that I feel like I can, every time you do something, it gets easier and easier, right? So, yeah. But I think the better thing to do here would be to look at, like looking at like this would be good. So there's a nav main. And then quick create. Yeah, okay. Where's the Acme ink? At the top. There it is. Okay, so that's underneath the sidebar menu. Okay, cool. I'm gonna wrap that around. And then they put the user in the bottom. At least it looks like. Yeah, they put the user down here. And you got the little... Yeah, so maybe we do something like this, where we have like the file nav up here, and then we just put the name of the website here. I think that's what we should do. I kind of like that better. So instead of the welcome user to BenStack drive, we put that up here, and then we can put the user in the footer. I think I like that better, because then you can kind of have that other space purely for file nav. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. But yep. But I hope everyone in chat is having a good start to their weekend. At least where I am. I don't know if this is a Canadian-wide holiday, but I have Monday off work, which is nice. So that'll be cool. Gonna pilot test the supporters stream, so that'll be cool. Hopefully that goes well. Yeah, exciting things ahead. The channel continues to blow up and grow, which is crazy. And I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for continuing to support me and watch me and realize my dream of spreading the positivity of code and learning and this sort of thing. So. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to thank you again, because I really do appreciate all the new attention that the channel has been getting, and it's really exciting to see. And this is only the beginning. So anyway, let's get back into it here. So let's go back into our layout. Okay, so this is what we want to do. So we want to wrap the header inside of a menu, maybe, right? So we can do something like that. So we'll just put this guy like, I don't know, or we can like comment it out just for now, just so it's not there. And then I can say, well, because we're gonna need the home for the actual file navigation, right? So I'll just probably put like file nav here. And then we could like rename all of these sorts of these names. Like this doesn't necessarily need to be called home forever, right? Yeah. So let's get into this. So let's say for the header. Oh wait, no, I don't want to get rid of the. Oh no, I do. Never mind. Okay, we're fine. So I'm gonna do sidebar menu, kind of like how they had it here, right? With this sort of deal, And then there's a menu item. Okay, and then a sidebar. Menu button. I probably don't need it. Then we'll do as child for as child. Can I just do that? Oh no, sorry, that's on the it should be. Maybe it needs a child. So then if we do like if we do an icon next to the BenStack drive, so let's do like a drive. Oh, it's gonna give me. Maybe we do like this, like hard drive. I don't know. So we do like this hard drive icon, perhaps. Maybe it needs to be all in one thing, right? So maybe we need to actually wrap this inside of a div. And then this is like this, and then we need to import that. And then we'll say BenStack drive. I'm not sure why this isn't working here. Okay, so that's kind of works, but we need to do a flex on this, and then a justify center. Item center. Yeah, that's what we want. But we want this to fill the entire width. Maybe this class name would go on this, right? Oh, because it's all, I see. Because it's just one element underneath, one child. Okay, that's a little better. I don't know why this is, does this change anything? I guess because then the ARIA would think it's a button, right? As child. So for the as child, can I have multiple things underneath it? Oh no, it's all wrapped in an A, I see. Okay, so you know what I need to do then? Is I then need to wrap this inside of maybe we could do like not even that, we can just do like a link and then to just the home route. Still don't know. Like, does this need to be set explicitly as true? I'm not sure. Not sure why the as child here is. It says the type doesn't exist on this sidebar menu button type. So I'm not sure what that's about. But it doesn't seem to be breaking anything explicitly, right? And then what we need to do on this guy is we need to add the another flex here. Maybe flex justify between, oh, and then flex 1 as well to grow. I want to say yes. Yeah. If the UI doesn't ask for it, then no. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just kind of following this lead here. So you have the sidebar menu button, and this is used as a button, but if you want to use, what I read is if you want to use the contents of this sidebar menu button as something that's not a button, you put this as child attribute in, right? So... yeah, because I'm using it as a link. Okay, now I don't know why. Maybe we don't, because like, maybe we don't need this either. Not sure why VS Code doesn't like it. Yeah, I don't either. It's a typing issue, I think. And I tried to explicitly add the true in here, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. And then like, what's this like link size here? I just want to see, oh no, not that. So we have a main. Where's our sidebar? It's our button. Where the hell is our sidebar? Oh, okay. Because I want this guy to like grow to fit the whole width here, right? So flex 1, you'd think, because like what does this guy have above it? Sidebar menu button. Let's make this a little bigger. Holy shit, this styling. Yeah, you have a flex on that. So there's a flex on this already. Sidebar menu button has a flex. So then this flex 1 should grow the link to be, okay, well, now, but I want it to be flex row maybe? Okay, item center, justify between. That's better. Okay, that's a little better. But not quite that. Maybe we want to do like a justify center, and then we can do like a gap or something. Okay, that's a little better, I think. Like, how does that look here? Yeah, that looks all right. That looks decent. I mean, is it the best thing I've ever seen? No. But we can also wrap this inside of like a span as well. I think that's probably a good idea. So we can do, and then there's got to be for the icons, there's like different attributes that you can add, right? I forget how to do sizing. Here we go. Okay, so you give it a size. Okay, so let's do, so for this we'll do text LG, because I want the text of the title to be a little bigger. Yeah, something like this, and then we're gonna do a size. But like I don't know what size we want it to be. Default is 24 by 24. Oh, I can give it like a size number here. So I can do a size LG as well. I think that made it bigger, did it not? Because if we do like an XL, does that make it even bigger? Maybe not. MD? Okay, maybe not. Let's do size 32. Doesn't seem to be changing it. Let's just do something like crazy, like 64. No. I know not why that's not working. Could also just let's try the size prop then. Let's just see if that works. Okay, well it doesn't seem to be. Maybe it's fixed by the size of the container, now that I think about it. So if we make this really small, it should make it small. Or not. Okay. Weird. I wonder if I'm getting like some sort of error here. No, I'm not getting an error. Is there an error inside of the console? React does not recognize the as child prop on a DOM element. If you intrinsically want it to appear as a custom attribute, set it as lowercase. I see. So what if I remove the true assignment? No, that probably wouldn't change anything. Yeah. So if I did this as this, yeah, okay. Yeah, I have no idea. What if I put this on a new line? No, it's not gonna make a difference. Of course not. Okay. I don't know. I'll just leave it for now. Doesn't seem to be breaking anything. I'm not sure why the sizing's not working though. It's really weird, man. Yeah. Sizing of what the little hard drive icon next to the BenStack drive. I'm just trying to make it a little bit bigger. This little hard drive icon. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. But it doesn't seem to want to do anything. I don't know. It's not a big issue at the end of the day. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the sign out inside of like a little user footer situation here. I'm going to put the avatar code, just dump it here, just so it's there. And then we're going to do the user footer, nav user, sidebar menu. Okay, so another sidebar menu. Probably makes sense to have these as their own components. And then I probably have to update the so we have the header there. And then we'll do nav. This is home sidebar, but I want to kind of rename this to sidebar main. And then do we update the... Oh yeah, I need to change the actual name of it. There we go. Good. Probably don't need this. Probably don't need this. And then we're going to do sidebar user dot tsx, and then export function sidebar user return, but then I'm also going to put a sidebar menu here, and then I'll have this as kind of the menu, sidebar menu item as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the sidebar user imported here. And then, so for our user, I'm just kind of using this as like a reference. So we're going to do the avatar. So this is a drop-down menu. Okay, so how is this working as a drop-down menu? Oh, this. I see. I honestly just might do the user and then like a sign out button next to it. Because it's going to be easy, right? We don't need account or billing or any of this bullshit. So we're just going to have like the user icon, the username and the email maybe underneath it, and then a sign out button. So I think that's what we're going to do on that guy. So this is not rendering anything because there's nothing in here, right? So what's the issue here? Okay. So let's go get our avatar in here. So then this would be, are they doing this as a menu item? I wonder. Or a menu button, I mean. Yeah. So sidebar menu button, right? Gotta go study. Have a good one. Appreciate you, Vanor. It's always a pleasure having you in the stream. But yeah, best of luck with your studying. Okay, let's do this, and then we're gonna get our session in here. So we're gonna do imports auth client, and then we're gonna say const data session equals auth client dot use session, and then there we go. And then what I'm also going to do is underneath this avatar fallback. Oh no, actually under here. I'm going to do this inside of a. I'll do this inside of a div. So I'll wrap this in a div, and then we'll do the username inside of a span. This, and then we'll do another span with the session.user.email. And then the email will be obviously like grayed out. So we'll do like a class name like text gray or even slate 500. Oh yeah, but then it needs to be like a flex column situation, right? So something like that. Now, how do I like conditionally show this? Because that's a little bit. The email's a little bit long, so you know what we'll do as well. We'll say a text, maybe a text small or XS on mobile, and then text MD if it's a medium-sized screen. And then the same will go for this one as well. So we'll do a text XS, text MD if it's on a medium at least. Same thing with the avatar too. So if I go to the avatar sizing, there's got to be a way. Yeah, size attribute. Yeah, so we'll do a size small. What does that look like? Okay, that's a little too small. Maybe is medium the default, I wonder. Yeah. Yeah, large is too big. Okay, so small works, and then we can even do, I don't know if we can like do that, make that adaptable somehow. But I mean, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a little small on the big view. You know what we can do probably? Now that I think about it, we can just remove that, make it the regular size, and then Yeah, we also need some padding on this sucker, don't we? And this all needs to be in a div. We need to do like a little bit of padding. Okay, well that's not good. A little less padding. Flex column, flex row. Okay, maybe that is not what we want then. Okay, well, how do we... Sidebar menu button. Okay, so these are different things. Okay. Drop down menu. Trigger. So I want to add padding to that. Interesting. Okay, so that's not adding any padding. This is the trouble with like default styles, eh? Sorta, kinda. Yeah, like how do they add padding to this one? I mean, there's padding on that, right? So if we go to the, this is the nav user, right? And then what are we doing in the sidebar here? Okay, yeah, so we're not even adding any padding there. I'm just confused why there's not. It's just like this, the default styling looks like shit. Unless that's this here. We have our div, grid, flex one, text left, text small. Yeah, so maybe we do something like that. So if we do like a, let's just see what this does. So if we do a grid, what does this do? So that didn't really change anything. Grid, flex one, text small. Why are we defining text small here? Hey Ben, I wanted to say by defining things, you should be able to get rid of the import something patterns, which can get nasty. Oh, you mean like from? You can do that. Is that you do that? You can do that inside of the package, right? Package.json, I think. think you can do that in here, right? Yep. Then it becomes @lib. Yeah. There's a way of So let's research that right now. What would that defined routes or something? Yeah. No, I hear you. PNPM. Let's see. I hear what you're saying. I appreciate the tip. Yeah. Okay. So peer dependency. I don't think it would be a peer dependency because it's literally like inside of the package itself, right? Publish config. Because these are mappings, right? Oh, peer depend. Okay, so maybe it is. Hey Sean, been stuck on tutorial hell for the longest time, and I was wondering how much learning do you do before starting to work on a project? Honestly, probably not as much as I should, Sean, but I take it in stride and kind of struggle. I think you should. I mean, you can use the Odin project too. I use the Odin project, which kind of lets me. Oh, the command is Odin. Salty, I got you. I should add an alias for it though. So I follow those lessons and then just jump into a project. You're never gonna feel ready to start a project. I'm just gonna, like, at least in the very beginning stages, like, to be honest with you, this is path aliases. Thank you. To be honest with you, like, this project is probably a little bit beyond my skill set, but I'm still doing it anyway because I'll learn things along the way. So I think that you have to kind of be comfortable with being uncomfortable, so to speak, with when it comes to starting projects. Like, you have to say, okay, this is going to be kind of a challenge, and I'm probably going to not know things along the way, but you should know, you will, and I believe you will know enough to then go and fill those gaps later, like as you're doing the project, right? So what was that? What did you say that was called? Path aliases. But yeah, that's basically what my tip for that. I would just say that, even if you don't feel fully ready, and if you get really overwhelmed, of course, then take a step back, and maybe try a project of a slightly smaller scope. Like, for example, when I did this, I took a step back from the file uploader, built a to-do app, basic to-do app, and then pivoted back to the file uploader when I felt ready, right? And I did that over the course of the last, like, 30 streams. You can see them live. So it was path aliases. Aliases with path traversal. Yeah, here we go. Dependency aliases that contain path traversal segments are rejected. Oh wait, that's not really exactly what we wanted. Path alias. Because that's just like a patch note. Let's just see. Okay, that's not what we want. Oh, this paths, compiler options paths. So that's a TS config thing. So that's actually in TS config. Yeah. It's not in package. It's in TS config. It's a TypeScript thing. Oh. I already did that, apparently. What? I think this was for the configuration of you know why I did this? This was for the configuration because I used that for the better auth stuff, I think. So if I theoretically replace this with @lib, what if I did .lib? No? Okay, but that should theoretically work then, no? Because like source lib, and then that's in the, yeah. So I don't know what that's all about there. Package.json. I ended up just using the package name itself as an alias. Okay. Yeah, because you're right, it is paths here. But like theoretically the star should work, no? I wonder why it's in the, maybe I need to include this inside of the app one. Yeah, several configs get confused. Yeah, no shit. It's definitely confusing. What if I put this inside of the, inside of here? Oops. Oops. Put a comma on that sucker. Okay, now can I import this as @lib? I can, because it needed to be in the tsconfig app.json. Okay, now we're cooking here. Oh, @components. And then @components. Okay. Still this as child issue, which I don't really understand. But maybe it's not important. I don't know. We probably don't need that. @component /UI. See, this would be a good, use case for AI. Just get it to replace all these. I mean, I could just do a find and replace probably, but yeah, it's important when you start having to count the dots. Yeah, exactly. No, I hear you. I get it. I completely get it. I appreciate the tip though, for sure. Like I do. Yeah, so we should I mean, fuck. This is gonna take, okay, so you know what we'll do? Within our web, like, can I search just this thing? So let's do like, if we do // here, we got 32 results. Yeah, so we can change that with @/. And then we can do this like piecewise, right? Files to include .ts maybe, or tsx. Yeah, but I don't want to replace all of them at once. Yeah, so if we replace this, okay, but I don't want to do all of them at once. I want to do one at a time. How do I do that? Oh, like this, I see. So I can do that one, do that one, do that one, do that one, do all these ones. Now it's probably going to error out on some of these because of subdirectories, but we can like go in through and fix those. Okay, so let's go through and fix those errors that we see. If there are any, unless this all miraculously worked. Damn. Okay, so that worked. Let's make sure that the database one. Ooh. Okay. That's not necessarily. I mean, does that work? I mean, maybe it does. It's not giving me an error. That's kind of cursed, it looks like, but you know. Okay. I'll leave it. If it doesn't, if it ain't, let's just, I think it should be fine. Oh, error failed to fetch. Uh-oh. Okay, so I did break something. Oh, maybe I replaced. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe that was a bad idea to blindly replace everything. Failed to fetch what though? Oh, no connection. Okay, let's make sure that this isn't completely broken. So this should be contexts. Yep. Probably the .env. Oh, true. It could be the env. Yeah. That's a good point. So let's go into our auth. Where is it? Where's our auth client config? Fuck is that? Library. Oh no, it wouldn't be there. It would be inside of the, maybe the DB. Yeah, because we don't have that path, that relative path nonsense. Okay, so let's just do the dots here. Does that fix it? Okay. Auth get session, connection refused. Man, I really busted this, man. I mean, I could just like, or is this even, module not found. Wait, hold on. I didn't even look at these errors. Cannot find package at client JS, sorry. Imported, DB. Okay, so it is a DB thing. So the DB auth, this is where it is. Aha. Found it. Okay. So we need to add to our TS config here. We need to add this. And then also our base URL is period. And then that should fix. No. That should fix this. No. Client JS. Oh. At client? At. Wait a second. What was the base URL in here? Or not, sorry, not there. It was dot. Oh, because there's no source. Oh, there's no source file. Okay, so then what we need to do for this is we need to do, shit, where is it? I should probably dump all this shit into a source, no? That'd be the ideal, that would be the ideal. But I could just also, this would fix it, I think. Yeah. There we go. Oh wait, still not found. Really? Still? Okay. I probably should dump all this inside of a source file, realistically. I mean, one dot dot won't hurt, right? Okay, still failed. Schemas. At schemas. Okay. Okay, there we go. That fixed it. I should probably deal with that problem on the database side eventually. But you know, it'll do. Okay. But we dealt with it for the multi-level dot dots here. Because I could dump all that and do it. I think the single ones are fine. Yeah. Because I think I could dump. Because I could dump everything. The reason I'm hesitating to dump this into a source is because then I'm worried that it'll affect the API being able to read from it and stuff like this. So I'm just going to keep it there for now. But yeah, the single ones are fine. I like the topics. What you work in this days. Not 100% what you're trying to get at, Omar. Like, you like what I'm working on? Okay, I still need to add padding to this. Way to go, brother. I appreciate that, Jen. I still need to add padding to this fucking component. That's the thing when you're using custom when you're using prefabbed stuff, like sometimes the shit is confusing. What am I currently doing right now? You can check the link right there, Mike. But I'm basically building a pared down file uploader. But right now specifically, I'm just making this file navigator look better. Okay, so with this user thing here, let's dive back into that sucker. Let's see. Auth content. Okay, so we're getting a bunch of errors in here. Oh yeah, because I'm not using that anymore. I gotta clean that up. Why am I like brain farting right now? Okay, this is what we want. Okay. So this is okay. So this is our sidebar. So let's try adding padding to this. Doesn't do anything. What if we add padding to this one? That's where it is. And then now can I add padding to this? The button? Yeah, see the button I still can't add padding to. Which is kind of annoying. Although, do I even need to wrap this inside of a button realistically? Probably not. I can probably have this or a flexible row, right? Justify between. Lower part of the sidebar is hidden behind your webcam. Oh, true. I appreciate you. Can you upload anything yet? What do you mean? Hold on. Let me fix that. Why don't we do it like, well, debug it inside a mobile view. I appreciate you making that known, Salty. Okay, now you should be able to see it though, yeah. So I'll debug it in the mobile view. Oh, you mean can you upload anything to the file uploader? No, that's coming though. Sorry, I didn't know what you meant by that. Like add a file to the drive? No, not yet, not yet. So essentially, what was I gonna say? My plan is to get this kind of UI fleshed out, and then I'm gonna add the file as a basically I'm gonna create it as like inspired by the Linux file system. So the idea is to have a singular file type, or like a file entity, which has like an ID, a path, a level, a flag, whether or not it is or it isn't a directory. And then if it is a directory, it'll like store, subfiles, right? It'll store basically a list of IDs to children. That's what this data will be, right? And then so I'm gonna basically make this I'm gonna add this to the database, and then the idea will be that like you're eventually going to be able to create files and folders, and then to navigate, I'm going to kind of have this main screen here as like a file navigation area, and that's coming within the next week, I would say, of streams. And again, it's like, okay, you sit here, you say, okay, Ben, you've been working for like 20 hours or whatever it is on this shit, like you barely have anything to show for it, but throughout this whole project, this shit is way more involved than it seems on the surface, right? So yeah, it's cool. So, but like think of it this way, like we basically got all of auth finished. We're kind of just working on the main UI now, and then we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of it, which is the actual file uploader. And then eventually I'm gonna deploy it too, so that'll be fun. Although right now it's just all on localhost, obviously, right? But it will get deployed. I will be deploying this project. So yeah. Let's just let's see. Yeah, because this isn't exactly spreading out in the way that I want it to, right? Maybe items. Okay, justify a center. No. Because this guy isn't... Okay, so this is growing its whole thing, right? So that's actually not what I want. Kind of like that. Maybe not justify between completely. Maybe do like maybe like this sort of deal. That looks better. And then we could put... And then here we can put that button, right? So we can put that sidebar menu button here. I need to re-import that. Oh. What did that capitalize? Okay. And then we're going to add that little log out button, right? So we're going to do our seed icons. Sign out. Yeah, here it is. And now we need to point this to that component that I wrote, the sign out button component, right? Oh, actually, you know what? We'll just put the sign out button in here. Because that's already written for us, and we'll just modify that. But we'll put this in here. And then this will be there's our button. So you can sign out or not. Well, it looks kind of jank a little bit. That's kind of the idea, right? Now, how do I make that like better? I wonder if it like, does it, oh yeah, it improves when you scale it, I see. Okay. I know you guys can't see this, but I just want to see how it looks on desktop. Okay, that wasn't, doesn't look great. If I just did this. Okay, that's a little better. There we go. Oh, but now it like goes off of the sidebar. What's the min width we want? What we want to do? Like 320, I think it was. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. And then you know what we can do is we can even wrap this inside of a div. This is gonna be like super complicated. We don't want any gaps. We want to do justify between. And then here we'll do a flex justify or gap 2 on this. And then items center. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, nice. There. I don't know if that actually works. Does that work? Oh no, because it's hidden behind the Pomo timer. I was just gonna see if I could lean over and you guys could see the desktop, but trust me, the desktop looks all right. Although I want to make the text smaller even, I think. Yeah, I mean, okay, so minimum size that you want to build for is like 320. Okay, so that's still kind of not great. So you know what we'll do is we'll do text XS, and then what we'll do is we'll say text small here. I hope my new keycaps, or not keycaps, what are they called? I hope my new things come in soon. I ordered new switches for my keyboard because I've been having some bounce issues. And like some characters double typing, which is kind of annoying, but you know. Okay, there we go. So that looks pretty good on mobile. And if we make this a little bigger, switches. Yes, switches is what I was. Yes, I ordered new switches, brown nano switches. Because this is a hot swappable keyboard. I don't even think they've shipped yet because I had to order them right from the Nuphy website. What happened here? A button cannot be a descendant of a button. Oh, that was from when we had this inside of a menu button, so we're fine. Never mind. We're good. I don't know why on mobile the thing gets so wide here. Like, is that true for like if I... Oh no, then it shrinks. Okay. Interesting. Neat. Okay. And then, so for our, let's fix this new file menu nonsense here. So the other thing we're going to want to do is inside of our sidebar main, we're going to want to add a separator above, I think, as well. Now, so that's fine, but then why does the separator not... So this is our sidebar content. So I'm going to export this into its own thing. Sidebar content.tsx. Export function sidebar content, or not content, because it's already a name for stuff. Not sidebar content. What should we call this? Sidebar. Not main. Sidebar nav, perhaps? I don't think that's a reserved thing. Oh wait. Oh, and then see all these default imports are. Okay. And then in the inside the content, I need to put the sidebar nav. All right. There we go. There's our new file there. Then obviously we're gonna want to add some padding and shit to that. So let's take another 5-minute here. I think I'm just gonna do one more session for tonight, folks, because late start and yeah, late start. It's getting late. Got to get ready for bed and whatnot, right? So I'm gonna do one more session here. I'm also a night shower, so shower before bed, so I can go to bed nice and clean. So I need to have time to do all that stuff. Okay, so let's see here what this was. So the nav main. Okay, so the nav main, sidebar group, sidebar menu item, flex item center, gap 2. Yeah, see, because there's like a padding on this whole thing. Sidebar content, yeah, but there's no padding on the, or is the sidebar itself padded? Sidebar inset, sidebar header. Oh, this is where the padding stuff is, huh? Yeah. Sidebar inset. So I wonder if that's where that's happening. Section cards. Total revenue. Oh, or is that for the... Oh no, that's for this. My bad. The real question is if the towel is clean after a shower a lot. Yeah. I mean, I switch out my towels fairly frequently. Like, I usually, I mean, we only have a small laundry machine or washing machine. So if I was switching out a towel after every time I showered, we'd be doing way too much laundry. So I usually try to like go 2 or 3 days using the same towel, and then I switch it out. So I don't reuse it that often, but yeah, usually like twice, maybe. Sometimes 3 if we're like out of laundry. But I mean, my thinking around this is like when you're showering, like you get out of the shower, you're clean, and then you're just using the towel to dry yourself off. So the towel isn't like super dirty. It's also your own stuff, right? So I don't know. Yeah, nav user. I think the main thing for me is just kind of like figuring out what this inset business is all about. The sidebar, because I'm not sure what the inset is doing. I feel like that gives it that kind of padding, no? Sidebar inset. Wraps main content when using the inset variant. Trying to scroll the inset part. Unless there is none. Oh, pleasant. How's the project going? I mean, we're making kind of progress. I mean, I fixed the user stuff down here, and we've got like a little BenStack drive header here. How many hours are you spending a day, Mike? Usually about 3. Today's gonna be a little shorter though, but yeah, usually about 3. I don't do it every day either. I usually go like probably 15 hours a week. Looks awesome, thank you. Spend some time getting this looking nice, and then you've got the sign out right here, which is cool. So I just want to get this, the thing that I'm facing, I think, is the padding of this main content section. I want to get looking good. So that's kind of like, I'm just kind of trying to figure out how to accomplish that. I like the blur. Yeah. So the blur kind of comes in with, that's with the shad cn alert dialog. So this is an alert dialog component. So if I go to the sign up button, the sign up button's wrapped around this alert. So that's where you're getting the blur from, which is really nice. All right, we're gonna do one more 25-minute session, and then we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. A little bit of a shorter one, I apologize, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so how are you handling the file upload retrieve logic? Haven't gotten there yet. I'm kind of procrastinating. That's going to be tomorrow probably. Let's just figure out how to do this this thing here. So let's, because we've got our new file button, but then like, do we want to have like, I don't even know what else we need in here. Like, yeah. So we got a new file, and then like maybe like a recents. I'm just trying to think like what I want to put. We could even do a new folder button as well. So we could actually do a new file, new folder. So we could even do the separator, probably gonna go, you know, here. Although we might actually want to put the separator inside of the main, I think. So we'll do the separator like here. Actually, no, we could even do it. No, actually that'd be fine, right? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change much. So we have our nav, and then we've got, so we'll do sidebar, menu, item again, sidebar, menu, button, and then we'll do another icon, new folder, where's the little, we got one with a plus, yeah, that should do it. Okay, folder plus, and then new folder. So a new file, new folder. I'm gonna fix these buttons again because I don't like how they're looking. And then what else do I need? Let's just like see here. We could even do like a recents. We even have like pinned folders or something. New file, new folder. Yeah, we could do like a recent, maybe do like a, so can have like a sidebar group. Just thinking about how to do this. Just be sidebar files. Sidebar new, or sidebar, because I call you sidebar nav, but what do I want to call this if it's just a group? Nav create files. New, maybe. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this inside of a sidebar group, and then we're going to wrap this inside of a sidebar group content. Right? So that's good. Okay, and then so we're going to import this as well, change that, and then we're going to add another separator, and then we're going to do sidebar. I'm actually going to like give this a little bit of, so maybe we do the padding and stuff in here. So flex items center gap 2. Okay, I like that there's a little bit of padding now on that, see? They're not completely, like what if we even add a padding to this? Does that actually pad it? Yeah, it does. So we could even do like a, we could do a px2 there. And then now for the individual buttons, I want this to be a flex justify center, I think, right? But then can I add variants to these sidebar menu buttons? I can. Outline. Ooh, we can do an outline. That looks kind of cool. Quite, I don't know if I want like that sidebar menu button. Do we want these centered, or does it really matter? Nah, we just leave it. Now, but if I put the separator inside of the thing, I wonder if then it would respect the padding here. Whoops. Oh, that like completely got rid of everything? What the fuck? Put it here? Ah, okay, so it does kind of, but then it's not really, okay. Okay, maybe we keep the separator where we had it before. I think the left to the left looks better. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Okay, so let's we'll keep the separators inside of this guy. But then I want to give. Can I give this like a padding? Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Could even give it more of a padding. There we go. That's a little better, I think. So we got a new file, new folder. And then we're gonna do another sidebar. Let's copy this guy. Oh wait, actually I need to rename it to sidebar nav new. Okay, that's fine. Oh, is the import gonna be? Okay, broke for a second, but we're back. There's a little bit too much padding. Okay, so we probably don't need that anymore. That's probably good. So let's duplicate this. Then we're going to rename it to sidebar nav options, maybe. So we're going to kind of keep that there, and then we're going to do, you know, obviously different content in here. Then we're going to put the sidebar nav options here. Needs to be imported. There we go. How are you managing job while learning web dev, Adnan? Honestly, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but I basically plan the stream as if it's a second part-time job. So I do my thankfully my job is a 9 to 5, so I have a very consistent schedule. You know, I kind of plan my streams around that, and usually week to week it's pretty consistent. So yeah, let's do our recents button maybe. So we'll do recents, starred, and trash. Oh, that's the other thing I can do as well. To add to this, we can do like is starred as like a Boolean or something. Default false. Right, just kind of add that to that. So yeah, we'll do a star, or we'll do recent. So clock. So yeah, clock. And then recents. And then we're going to do our star. Actually, I don't even need to. And then starred. And then we're going to copy another item. And then we're going to do trash. Kind of like this one better. There, looking good. What is my current job? I work in IT. So you can read a little bit about it here, as well as my FAQ. But yeah, I work in IT. That's my day job, which is not quite the same as you know. It's not quite the same as CS, right? Okay, so this is looking kind of slick, guys. I kind of like this. I'm kind of liking how this is looking right now. Finally feels like we're making real progress. We could also add like a storage or whatever here, right? But I think like for like a basic start here, I'm just trying to think like what else it needs. Because I want to make it kind of minimal, right? And then I could even have like yeah, I don't know what else it needs. I think for now that's like good. Really. Let's see how it looks here. Yeah, like this is pretty slick. I mean, I know you can't see the bottom here, but I mean, that's looking nice. We could even like left. I mean, I kind of like this title bit centered here. We could do like storage amounts as well. Like you've used so many gigabytes or whatever. But the thing is I don't know. Well, actually, I should probably limit it, eh? But I don't know how I would track that. What does IT analyst do, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, I can't get into super. I'm still going. Yes, Jay. Look at what we've got here. This is a pretty slick sidebar. So I'm just thinking about anything else it needs. But yeah, so basically I just I can't get into specifics because of the sector I work in is private, but like private confidential. But I basically work with. Let me try and answer this because I do so many different things in my job. If you could split the logo off to the left and keep the title center, that may look good. Yeah, I'll give that a shot. Just in a sec. I just want to kind of see. So, what was I going to say? Yeah. So I do a bunch of different things. I do database administrations that involves working with databases for different departments, whether it be like, finance, HR, etc. Helping them kind of manage their databases and doing data extracts for them when needed. I work with different departments, getting them set up with apps that they need installed or other sort of SaaS solutions. I kind of help integrate those SaaS solutions into their workflow and work with them in those sorts of things. I, monitor kind of, or I kind of catalog, business requirements for certain departments, and then kind of work with other people in my team to kind of find SaaS solutions that might benefit certain teams. I actually package and deploy said apps to the teams. I also manage the permissions. I manage the licensing, or help to at least. And it's a lot of that sort of stuff, right? I occasionally do dashboarding, BI, stuff like this. But yeah, I kind of wear a lot of different hats. Even sometimes I do help desk to cover if an employee's off. Like if our tier ones are off or something, I'll sometimes cover help desk for a bit. So, that's basically my job in a nutshell, without kind of giving away what the specifics of what I do. But that's like at a high level, like what it is. That's like my day to day. A lot of it's also meetings, coordinating meetings between different teams. Just kind of like, that's like corporate, just in general. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at just, bullshitting my way through things. Okay, so let's, where were we doing that? So that's in the main here. So what we can do here is we can put, I think, if we put a class name size 44, that wasn't really working. That was the one thing we were running into, Jay. Thank you for sharing. That's really interesting. Yeah, of course. I don't mind sharing at all. It's just, yeah, I work underneath like the government kind of. So like the actual company, what they do is I kind of like to keep private, but that's like the job. I mean, it's IT. Like it's kind of the same anywhere, really. At least at a tier 2 level. The other issue we were running into is I was trying to resize these icons, but they weren't resizing. But I think if I do a flex, not flex, what is it called? A self start. Oh no, not self start. Justify start. No, not justify. Item start. What is the self-justification for Tailwind? I forget. Hey man, what's up with the imposter syndrome? What do you mean? Like just in general? Or like, what do you mean, like specifically? Flex. Justify self, that's what it is. Justify self start. That's what I'm looking for. I'm sorry, I misheard. Didn't you just hear me bullshit my way through? No. I'm good at bullshitting like corporate speak, sort of thing. Should this not put this at the start of the button? The size class should work. Yeah, it isn't. It isn't resizing it though, because if I like, let's say I change this to like, yeah, exactly. If I change this to like 100, yeah, it doesn't work. And I wonder if that's just because it's being restricted by the size of the sidebar menu button. I don't know for sure. I genuinely don't know. But I tried to like shift it over, but it didn't seem to like doing that. Unless I have to wrap this in a div or some bullshit, and then put like the justify self. Why isn't that moving that over? I feel like it should. You know, but because if I do, okay, so maybe I don't need that. Okay, well, so that moves it all the way over there. But then, because I think this is on our menu button, I think that might be the problem. ML auto on the div. Oh wait, that's not gonna work, of course, because the button is maybe. Because the button is this thing, right? Like when I highlight, why not just use reduce the left padding? Use reduce. Why not reduce the left padding? Well, I was just centering the content, or at least trying to, because I've got the sidebar menu button and then it's all wrapped inside of a link, right? And then I think that's why I had the flex 1 here, right? To make it grow to the entire, yeah, okay. Oh, now it's like all the way over to the other side. What the fuck? This won't help you, but if you do need the as child attribute on the sidebar menu button. Yeah, so this is interesting. So I tried to put the as child here, Jay, and it was giving me an error. We had this problem earlier. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. To be real with you, I still like styling is still like such a pain sometimes. But like, yeah, I don't know what that's about. I need like, no, I don't know why it's all the way shifted now. What is going on? Or is it because of the ML auto? That's probably why. Yeah, that should not be the case either. Yeah, I don't know. If I put it on this, no. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't, this div or this little icon, this little hard drive icon isn't shifting over to the left like it should. You'd think, right? But like, I don't know, man. And the size 100, the size attribute doesn't seem to be doing anything. So I don't know. It's a lot of weird quirks with this shit, eh? So the other thing, let me think how I can do this where, because yeah. I'm just trying to, because if I have, I should be able to center this. The other option, of course, is to do something like around. But then that looks kind of ugly, because then you've got like, you know. But I don't know. I might play with it off stream, to be honest with you. But I hear you that that's having the logo off is. It does, yeah. That's literally where I got it, Jay. Like I was doing it from that, and I got it from the docs. Like where was it? Like it was like in the example. Where was it? Maybe the nav app sidebar. Was it in here? Yeah, right here. Right. So I don't know what's going on with this. It's like a typing thing. It says that the as child is not assignable to the intrinsic attributes of and class attributes of HTML button. I don't know, any like this jargon. It's like a type thing, I would imagine, or like it doesn't recognize it. You can wrap the BenStack drive span in a div, add relative to div and absolute to the span. Hold on, let's okay, so we'll put this in a div too. Hold on, let me like digest what you just said here. Wrap the BenStack drive span in a div. Okay, add relative to the div and absolute to the span. We'll translate to center it. Oh, okay, yeah. So, so that would be position. What's the relative for this? Hold on. Class relative. And then absolute. And then transform. Shit, how do we do the transform? Transform origin center. Oh. Shit, question mark? I don't know what went on here. Very peculiar. Yeah, okay, so that doesn't. Okay, let's just try and fix this. I'm assuming that would be right though, no? Oh, I can? Okay. Okay, that's a little better. But now we want the... Oh, you know what I could do then? Is just put this thing inside of here. No? Oh, but then I need a flex row situation, right? W full on the div with the relative class. Okay, yeah. Flex row. Okay, now it's putting it into its own thing. I don't want the hard drive to be, yeah, because now they're not item center. I kind of want to do the item center. Oh, that doesn't fix it. Okay. Okay, we're getting close, I feel like, maybe kind of, not really. But what is this centered relative to? That div, right? But this div is there. Then how is that BenStack drive being centered relative to that? See what I mean? So this is our div, our relative div, but then I don't know how the origin's being set. Would it be center? Inset full on the span? Okay. Y inset full. I just want to see like what this does. Inset shadow. Oh no, that's not what we want. Inset layout maybe. Inset. Units for controlling the placement. Oh, I see. Then so we go to inset full, 100%. Oh, now it's like totally off. It's totally off the thing now, man. I can see it like in the corner. Set. I don't know what any of this. Let's see. Yeah, so inset 0 would bring it to the where it's supposed to go, right? Now, oh, I see. Okay. Y 1/2 and then translate X 1/2. Oh, negative. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be moving it. Let's go to translate. This is why, like, I don't know, styling's kind of a pain. Translate. Position? No, translate. Transforms. What if I did this, but then I did inset 0? I feel like, yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, because the origin's maybe the top left here. Like why? Like it seems like it's translated it properly, but like the middle point is this top left of this span. Or some shit. I have no idea. I'm just like fully guessing here. The origin center is what's throwing it off, I believe. Oh, okay. So we just remove that? No. Evidently not. Translate Y. Okay, so it's too far. If we remove this. Okay, so I need to do a little bit negative. Yeah, but now I'm just like guessing where things are supposed to go, right? That's not really ideal. We got our drive icon on the side here, so that's kind of good. But no, this is like kind of, I don't know. I'll probably mess around with it off stream, to be real, because this is just like positioning shit. I wonder if we don't even need like flex on this anymore. Yeah, stack positioning is confusing. Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like maybe even the flex is fucking it up. Yeah, that actually might be it now that I think about it. Oh, fuck. Why? What? Okay, now I'm just like probably making no progress here. Because now it's stacking vertically, but I don't want it to, so I might actually have to do a flex call here. Or no, flex row, I mean. Okay, that still doesn't fix it, never mind. Man. Oh. What? Oh, because I removed the relative position. That's why. Yeah, I don't know. White space no wrap? On which? Oh, on that div there. That fixed that problem. I see what you're talking about now. On the span. Oh, okay. I mean, it seemed to work on the div too. Alright, I really do got ahead though. So, you know, this will be a game I play with off stream, I think. Very fun. But anyway, we basically did this whole file layout, this layout, and we also fixed our env variable problems with the API and the database. So, I mean, we made some progress in 2 hours. I mean, I was also just kind of talking to chat too and shooting the shit. So it's kind of a relaxed stream. So I'm gonna work out these kinks off stream, and so it'll be ready for tomorrow, maybe, hopefully, and yeah. So I'll see you all tomorrow afternoon, I think, is when I scheduled it for. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned for that. If you want to follow me on my journey, I really appreciate it if you subscribed, join the Discord, all the usual stuff, and I'll see you soon. So.